The CELF-4 consists of 9 subtests, including sentence structure, expressive vocabulary, sentence assembly, semantic relationships, rapid automatic naming, concepts and following directions, word structure, formulated sentences, and word classes 1.
Where to begin the assessment? It depends on the age of the client. So 7 out of the 9 subtests you start if you are 5 years old. Sentence assembly and semantic relationships you start if you're 9 years old or older. For formulated sentences, everyone starts there but add different questions within that subtest. So if you are 5 to 8 years old, you take set 1 demo and trials and start at item 1 and you stop at item 25 because there are no pictures from that point on. If you are 9 to 14 years old, you take the set 2 demo and trials and start at item 8. And if you are 15 to 21 years old, you take set 2 demo and trials and you start at item 10.
Where to end also depends on which subtest you're doing. Now, how the scoring works is if the client gets the item correct, they get a +1. And if the client gets the item wrong, they get 0. For sentence structure, you do not discontinue the test at all. Expressive vocabulary stops after 7 consecutive zeros. Sentence assembly stops after 5 consecutive zeros. And semantic relationships also stops after 5 consecutive zeros.
Rapid autonomic naming does not get discontinued at all. Concepts and following directions stops after 7 consecutive zeros. Word structure does not get discontinued. Formulated sentences stops after 5 consecutive zeros. Word classes stops after 7 consecutive zeros. All scripts used in administering are in the 2 stimuli books. For example, under word structure, it has what you have to say to the client. It says, say, I'm going to show you some pictures and say some things about them. I want you to help me by finishing some of the things I say. Let's try one. Here is a boy. Point to the picture of the boy. And here, point to a picture of the girl and pause. The student should say is a girl. If the student responds correctly, proceed to the next trial item. If the student requests a repetition, responds incorrectly, or does not respond within 10 seconds, repeat trial 1. If the student still responds incorrectly, say, I want you to say the words is a girl to finish what I was saying.
Acceptable and unacceptable responses are also provided in the stimulus books. For example, if I showed you this picture on the side, acceptable responses, you get 2 points for saying calf, and 1 point if you say baby cow or cow baby. And if you say anything other than those 3, then you get 0.
The time parameters for the CELF-4. 3 subjects are timed responses and the other 6 are not. The 3 that are timed are familiar sequences, word associations, and rapid autonomic naming.
Lastly, for rest periods or breaks, you'll do that at the end of a subtest if you need to go to the bathroom or get water. If you interrupt the subtest, you must re-administer that subtest from the beginning.